Hello guys and welcome. Today let's quickly talk about the final match in SMITE 2 Vegas tournament. Now in this video I wanna talk about what is my opinion about the SMITE Pro League and basically what is the meta for support players, right? Basically there are two items you wanna buy each game on a support in current meta. You have Spectral Armor and you have Shogun Kuzari. And let's see how many of those items did guys at Pro League bought. Oh right, zero. And these guys are supposed to be best of the best, right? So I don't really know what are we doing here. Why can't we see like a single good support main at these events, you know? And I didn't really watch how this guy played. You know, they probably played quite well. But judging from their builds alone, we can really see that most of these guys have no idea what are they doing. You know, for example, you have Jake or Genetics, guys who usually play support at these tournaments. And, you know, in this case, Genetics was playing against 3-4 physical composition, right? They have 3 physical gods. They have Athena and 1 mage. So basically most of their damage is physical. Even though now you have like, you know, every god can do physical and magical damage, is really confusing. So nobody's really counter building anymore. We are just buying the same overpowered items and calling it a Pro League, calling it a game with depth. But they literally took most of the depth away because counter building was actually the most fun things, and support was arguably the most important role in these events. So let's see, let's put into the background. We have Fenrir support for some reason, I don't know why, you know. It's because, yeah, his ultimate is so strong, cooldown is so strong right now, and you only have 1 relic slot. So if you play against Fenrir, you literally have to go beats every game, right? And that's the reason why we had 2 relic slot. Because it allows for more depth and counter building and makes the game more fun. Now you either buy overpowered items or you fall behind in a game mode designed around snowballing, which really, in my opinion, takes all the depth away from the game, right? And Joust is pretty much the same. That's why, in my opinion, Arena was always more competitive game mode, because you actually have team fights, you actually have counter building, right? And if you play Arena, mages tend to be more popular in Arena. So if you play support in Arena, I highly suggest you guys go Voidstone to buff your magical damage, right? But I don't really understand, like, if you play against 3 physical gods, why don't you go Spectral Armor? Like, Spectral Armor is so broken. You get like 20% attack speed reduction, which is one of the best debuff in the whole game, and you get, I think, crit damage reduction. Right, and then Shogun Kuzari allows you to clear objectives 3 times faster, you know. And let's be honest, no real SMITE fans cares about these tournaments, because we literally have the same 10 guys 5 years in a row. Only real rankings and real online tournaments where every solo player can join and prove himself and play for the spot is what actual tournaments are supposed to be, what sports and esports are supposed to be. You know, so I don't really understand why are we again wasting so much money on these tournaments that most people don't really care about. You know, and then we're even balancing the whole game around these so-called pro players that were never really pro players. They were handpicked. They're not pro players. Pro players are passionate and they earn and play for their spots, not get handpicked. So this doesn't mean anything really, let's be honest. And it's just a waste of money. Right, when all they had to do is organize the real online tournaments, build infrastructure, leaderboards and rewards for 2-3 most popular game modes, Arena, Joust and Conquest, not simply splitting the community on every corner, ignoring most 70% of your player base and then expecting good results. And then on top of that, you would organize these tournaments where you handpick all your players and only give 5% of your guys ever a chance to make anything out of it. So eventually the whole ecosystem, the whole esports will collapse. Right? Haven't these guys learned nothing over the years? You know, it's like, and I don't really understand why people talk shit about genetics Ymir pick. Like, Ymir was always one of the strongest support if you build him correctly. He has one of the best clear, one of the best pressure. But, you know, most of these guys don't really know how to build them. You know, also if you play support, you wanna probably have support starters are actually really strong. You wanna get what genetics bought, you know, that support shield starter, which is actually really good. You know, especially against guys who have CC like Fenrir or Chuck and Athena. And you also wanna have Warflag pretty much, you know, because they're both very strong starter items. But in Conquest you can't really do that. In Arena, where you have like a warrior and a guardian, you can pick both and it's very strong, right? So what do you guys think? Also, we still like, it's actually, people think that that item meta changed. It didn't really change anything. We are still buying the same 3 items: Gladiator Shield, Shogun Kuzari and Spectral Armor. You know, that's what we bought in Smite 1, you know, so there didn't really much change. In fact, they removed 2 relic slots. They removed a lot of also good support items. And they literally put Witchblade and Spectral into a single item, and people still don't buy the support item. Even in Conquest, when you usually play against 3-4 physical composition, right? In Arena, you usually play against 3 or 4 magicals. So, what do you guys think? Have you enjoyed this show? You know, I don't really like this, but like, who cares about these handpicked pros? Like, I see better players on EU region on a daily basis. In Arena or Conquest, in Joust, doesn't matter, right? I mean, it's nice to have something for the community to watch, but let's be honest, most people don't care about this. Conquest Dota itself was never made for a good viewer experience. Who really wanna watch 20-30 minutes of last hitting and jungle rotation, right? So why are we only focusing on this game mode that not only is a snowballing game mode designed for children and content creators, but it's also like never was made for esports in the first place? I don't really understand. So, what do you guys think? You know, what do you guys think about this? Honestly, I don't even recognize most of these support items. Conquest is supposed to be designed around, you know, farming for resources, earning objectives. Then why nobody buys Shogun Kuzari? You know, and Conquest meta is supposed to be playing usually against 3 physical gods. So why nobody goes Spectral Armor? I don't really understand this, you know. Maybe I'm just a too good support player, I don't know. And how can you expect people to take it seriously when you literally handpick the same 5 guys 7 years in a row? Like, are you guys kidding? Like, do you guys have any idea how to lead esports, you know? When all you had to do is organize real online tournaments, leaderboard and rewards for 3 most popular game modes. And you will get more viewership and sponsorship naturally than you ever did with these tournaments. I mean, you guys barely get what, like 1,000 concurrent viewers? That's nothing. That's just a waste of money, right? Like, just start organizing monthly online tournaments where every solo player can join. Forget about picking teams. Don't even worry about teams. You have to give everybody a fair chance to play and earn their spot, and then people will actually care. I mean, this is the whole essence of sports and esports, in my opinion. So, let me know what you guys think, and see you in the next one. Peace.